G'day ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to show you a review of a game that I've recently downloaded. It's called Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, and it's quite an interesting game. It's got some good ideas, and I hope it grows a lot further since this is the alpha. Now, I do want to make clear from the get-go, if you're wanting to buy this game to play it without the sort of want of supporting the game, I don't recommend it, because this cost me 70 Australian dollars, which is way overpriced at the stage it's at the moment. Most alphas I've ever bought have been like 15-20 bucks, so something to be at 70 is pretty expensive. But this is the kind of game that I've always wanted, so something where you can actually build your own sort of battleships and dreadnoughts and different things and cruisers. So I was very interested in it, and I've taken the dive. So if you are interested in supporting the game for its future, then dive on in and get it. I think it's about 50 US and it cost me about 70 Australian. But otherwise, if you're just wanting to get it just as a game, it's just not at that stage, I don't believe, right now. So I'm just going to show you a few of the little things that you can do. So the whole setting, obviously, of the game is about building battleships or just warships in general. So I'm just going to pick a nation here. We'll go Britain. I'll just put one of each of these in. So in this here, in custom battles, what I've gone into, you can actually basically set up a custom battle. So at the moment, you can pick the year you want to be in. You can pick the distance you start away. You can pick how many ships are either side, nations as well. You can currently custom build each type of ship, apart from transports. And at the year we're at, so I've just put on 1940, torpedo boats don't exist pretty much, so you can't build them because there's no hulls available. Now, I'm hoping in the future, this might be a bit of a long shot, I'm hoping that you'll be able to build 2 or 3 separate types of battleships. Because at the moment you basically build one battleship or one battle cruiser and heavy cruiser and whatnot, and light cruiser, and that's the whole. So I can add like 5 heavy cruisers, but they're all going to be the exact same design. So I can't have 2 different designs. So I hope they add that in, because that'll be really awesome. But still, let's have a bit of a dive in. So we'll just do a battleship for now. Everyone likes battleships. So you just hit the design ship. And another thing you can do is, I'll just show you this. If you unlock here, this will give you all the hulls for every nation. So we'll just click on this. So you can see I've already had a bit of a play around and built some HMAS ships and whatnot. So I'll just do a new design. Now you can customize everything. So because obviously we've put it on unlock all hulls, there is a lot. So like a ridiculous amount. So obviously a lot of these are locked to different nations normally. So if we just pick one at random, so let's just pick modern battleship. And you can see now you can actually build this thing from scratch. Now another thing you can also do, I'll just quickly show you, is you can get the AI to design a ship for you. Oh, it's right. Now this can be a little bit interesting when you get the AI to design your ship. So as you can see, it keeps doing random configurations trying to get something that works. That actually looks pretty decent, actually, not too bad. So as you can see, it's pretty much used the full tonnage. You can then go through how much cost of everything would be, stats of your ship, a whole raft of different things. Now, oh man, although it has put it with a few bulkheads and different things. Anyway, so I'll just go through a few of the different things at the moment. Now, one of the, not a problem with the game, but because they haven't added the campaign yet, where you are going to be building a well, basically a nation's fleet, more or less, from what they've kind of told. Where range, for example, is going to matter, because I'm assuming in the campaign mode there's going to be obviously distances that you're going to have to cover. So at the moment, when you're doing custom battle, you more or less just drop that to the lowest it will allow you. So things like that, and like quarters for crew pretty much don't matter. So for example, I normally try and play it with medium, but you can just drop it all the way, because casualties and different things at this moment in custom battles and that just don't matter. But there is so much to it, hopefully, that they're going to add in the future, that all those kind of things will matter. But yeah, at the moment, it's very tempting to every single time just max everything out when you're building it yourself, which I'll probably just do a different video of actually doing a build. I just wanted to give you a quick look at what it actually does for us. Now, the actual gameplay, so if I just drop in. Now, if anyone's played any games like World of Warships, or one of my old favourites, which is getting on a bit now, which would be Battle Stations Midway and Battle Stations Pacific, you don't actually control the ship as such. It is on a course, and you can select where you want it to roughly go, but you can't really control how it's firing and what it's firing. So it is a little bit limiting in that factor, but the idea is you will have a massive fleet at times anyway. Looks like we're firing on something. So I'll probably turn this way. We haven't actually spotted the enemy as of yet, but looks like my HMS Hood has. Oh my lord. Oh wow, okay, that's a wacky design. So it's like a Nelson type design, but way crazier. Holy moly. So as you can see, it is a bit of a hit and miss of how the game designs your ship, if and the enemy ship. Now, I do hope in the future you will be able to design the enemy ship. So as you can see here, this is just a really wacky design, and I'm assuming it's got no radars or anything, because even though it's got a gigantic battery, it hasn't spotted us. So I didn't look at our radar system, but I'd say it must be pretty sweet, because we have spotted them from like 23 kilometers, or is it something like 23 kilometers, was it now? Let me just have a quick check. Oh, wow, no, way further than that. 35 kilometers out. So that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. So, like I said, it's a quick little look I just wanted to show you. Nothing too crazy. I will do a more in-depth video showing you how you can build things and whatnot, but if anyone's interested in taking a look at it, please be aware it is in development, so it's not something that, like I said before, is probably worth $70 right now. It is definitely something that you'd probably have to limit yourself on. I really do want to try and make like a scenario where I have maybe a cruiser or a battle cruiser or something like that, and I set myself scenarios. But the problem with that is there is only one map, so just in the middle of the ocean. There are no islands or anything like that, or coastlines you can fight against. There's no weather implemented at the moment. So again, you're just fighting on the same open, clear day. Even though there's stats and everything to allow all those kind of things, you just can't actually do it as of yet. So it will be interesting in the future when they add a few more things. Again, there's also no aircraft carriers or anything like that, which I know it's called Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought, but a lot of these small guns that you got in here, which are just tiny, they generally don't even affect, or you wouldn't even put them on most of the time when you're building your own ship, because they don't really damage destroyers that much, to be fair, unless they're really close, and at that point, yeah, probably done something horrendously wrong. So, yeah, it's a lot to look forward to. Let's probably put it like that in this game, as long as the development keeps going. And yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's something I really hope they do take hold of. I know it's coming. It's meant to be coming to Steam, I believe, late this year, which we're getting towards the end of it now, or early next year. And I'm hoping at that point they will launch the campaign mode in it, because at the moment you've just got the custom battles where it's so tempting to just build a massive battleship every time, and that can get very boring. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos at the moment. There's one YouTuber called Stealth, and he does some really good videos, but as you can see, he finds it very easy to just keep pumping out the biggest guns there are, because it's so tempting, and then once you do it a few times it gets a bit boring. So I do want to try and come up with a scenario where maybe I play as a nation where I've got to patrol certain routes, so that means I need to have a certain amount of distance I can go in my warship, as well as probably a certain amount of crew and different things and different limitations, and try and stop myself just maxing out ship every time. So probably will do that later on. I'll probably put a few videos up about it. Nothing too crazy, because a lot of others are doing videos on this game, and they're much better presenters than I am. So, but if you are interested, I'll probably do a small scenario where I do my best to try and stop myself building something absolutely crazy. So, oh, looks like they're taking some damage on the Frenchies. Oh yeah, he's on fire. So you can see, I mean, graphics wise, I just want to point out, to me is oh wow, okay, that's yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's pretty bad actually. This is pretty much a terrible design. Now, once you fully identify a warship, you do end up seeing all the stats about it. Another thing that I do find a bit odd, I suppose, is I can just click on the ship and I just get all these sort of semi-stats on it, which is kind of weird. It's on the top left there, so I kind of know everything about it, and then you just get like tons of stats once you've identified it, so that's kind of weird why you'd be able to do that, because you can even find out like how much it's worth and different things. So, you know, I suppose it's just a mechanic, but it is a bit odd that you just know everything about it. I do wish as well, which I will go into on my other videos, that there was a bit more options in the building. So it is very cool what you can build, but you can be limited sometimes. So the barbettes, you can only build them on certain parts of the ship. You can't always get it, so I know it's probably a bit unrealistic, but I'd love it if with some of the, maybe not the 20-inch and 18-inch guns, but if you could get sort of what we've got here on the deck, one on the barbette, maybe a bigger barbette to get it over the top. Just a little bit of unrealistic stuff just to add a bit more flavour and character to it, but at the moment they haven't got that. And also on some of the actual hulls as well, it's very limiting where you can place guns, and it wouldn't appear to be a reason why. So, man, the HMS Hood is absolutely obliterated in whatever this thing is. This is a pretty... I actually quite like this design. I'm going to level with you, but it's not going very well. It's obviously got no deck armor. But anyway, that's my short little intro. I'll do a little... oh, they're firing back at me. I'll do a little video about building a ship and maybe starting a little story. Something along those lines. And yeah, just do a little series and hope you guys like it. So anyway, without further ado, I hope you have a good rest of the day and don't lose your head. Because that's pretty bad. There's no hole in the ship though. A bit dodgy. Maybe that's something they can improve in later. It's just a big black smudge, but anyway. So I'm just saying how good the graphics were. Anyway, ignore me, I'm ranting now. So have a good rest of the day, guys, and look after yourselves. Bye.